Good evening, you beautiful people. I am sitting outside. I'm tired, but I can't sleep. I slept from 8 o'clock until a little after 11. I felt like I've been asleep for days. I must have slept really, really, really hard. Didn't realize it. That's probably why I feel like I got all the sleep I needed. But I am up now. I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to make a video. And that's what I'm doing. Now, let me explain something. I am 100% my husband's caregiver. 100% his caregiver. And once in a while, I got to step out and take care of myself so that way I don't get caregiver burnout. Because last year, my husband wanted to go into a nursing home. He thought it would help me out in the long run. And I was like, no, that's not going to help me out because I'm going to be more worried about him because he's not in my sights on a daily basis. And at first I was agreeing to it because I was like, nah, he's what he wants. But then we sat down and talked about it. We're gonna work these out and everything. And then we found out from his CT scan that he had with contrast that he has some pretty bad heart problems. And it's arteriosclerosis or something like that. The same thing that Whitney Houston had. And so he's got the same problem, and it's not good. Certain medications could help, certain diet, but it helps, but it doesn't fix it. But that's beside the point. Now, he went to the doctors last week, and he had a whole bunch of labs done because I told this doctor, I'm like, listen, he looks jaundiced. He's only allowed to drink 32 ounces of water a day due to his heart problems. They don't want him to drink over that in water consumption. And I said, he looks very jaundiced, so on, so on. She goes, well, he looks good. And I was like, yeah, but I'm telling you, he looks very jaundiced. There's certain days my husband's black, and his skin tone is looking very, very yellow. And my husband's not a high yellow. He's not. So, oh, sorry, people. I had to put my hand there. I'm trying to make sure I ain't got no creepy crawlies walking around here or anything. So, because I am sitting outside, these little blood-sucking mosquitoes are trying to get me. So if you hear me smacking on myself, that's why, because of the mosquitoes. So, but if you hear me screaming, it's because of an 8-legged creepy crawly. I don't do spiders. Ugh, no. My mom did. She loved spiders. Ugh. But, he had a whole bunch of lab works done. Now, let me explain something. Years ago, my husband had tested positive for hepatitis C. And it was caused by blood transfusion that he had way back in the early 70s. They test for it now, but back then they didn't. And so my husband had hepatitis C. he had talked to his gastrologist about it, and they had decided that he should go through treatment because his viral load was low. It was only 1 million. You know, he's had patients that are in the millions and some that high billions on their viral loads. And so everybody, get out there and get yourself tested for hepatitis C. They have wonderful treatment plans now. You can, it's a lot better than what it was previously. My mom died from hepatitis C, and it was not a nice thing that she had went through. But that's beside the point. I've had myself tested over the years several times, and I've been negative each and every time. But it doesn't hurt to get yourself tested. Please, everybody, get yourself tested for hepatitis C. Okay. So, my husband was tested for it. He came up positive. His gastrologist had talked to him, gave him several different options and different kind of medications to use, and her body had just came out. So, and it's a wonderful medication, wonderful. But due to my husband's previous other, I don't like how slow this car is going. But, too slow. Not good. But, they had talked about different medications and stuff like that. Her volume was the option for my husband. I'm not saying anything bad about this medication and everything. I absolutely do believe that Hervani is a good medication for people that has certain forms of hepatitis C. And so my husband had went through the treatment, it came back, and it showed, because his viral load went from 1 million down to 25. Now that is considered a cure when it drops that low. But he said, come back in 10 years and we will test you again. Well, I brought it up to his doctor. Hey, he's looking awfully jaundiced lately. Is it due to only being able to drink 32 ounces of water? Could it be his liver again? So they did some. I said, I know years ago his viral load was 1 million. And now it dropped down to 25. Well, she goes, we will definitely test him. And we will run a whole bunch of blood work. And so his kidney function is wonderful. He does not have a problem with his kidney function. They ran him for prostate cancer, so on and so on. He doesn't have any forms of cancer. But his blood work came back and it's not good. His liver enzymes are through the roof. Through the roof. His liver enzymes. Now she thinks that is GGP bowel. There's something wrong with it. So he has to have labs done next week. After the labs, then he's got to wait another week and go in and get his ultrasound done up on his liver. Hang on, people. I'm trying to make sure we ain't got no creepy crawlies. Well, if we do, and you hear me scream, you'll know it's a creepy crawly. I don't do that. So, but he had turned around. He's been through so much. I thought he was like 105 pounds. He's not. He is 120. I was like, well, look at me. I'm trying to drop an additional 15 pounds off the man. Like, he could really afford it. He's already very thin. He's always been on the thin side, but I mean, to be down to 120, it's not good. Well, she thinks this is GGP Val. He's just got to have some more lab work done. He's got to have an ultrasound done on his liver first. After his liver, then she's going to wait a little bit longer, maybe a few more weeks, and order the ultrasound for his heart. Because he gets a lot of chest pain. A lot of chest pain in his chest area. And it is not like, heartburn, that kind of chest pain. Anything. He keeps saying it feels like somebody's sitting on his chest. But every time he goes to the hospital, there's nothing wrong. So she's going to order some ultrasounds between his liver and his heart. Now, it's not all the time that he's complaining of chest pains. Maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Now, for anybody and everybody out there, and I'm talking to my caregivers. I'm not talking about just people that take care of the ill and stuff like that. If you're taking care of your loved ones, like your own children, that's being a caregiver, just not the mommy thing or the daddy thing. And believe me, being a parent is the most wonderful thing. But it is the most trying thing also. Kids will try your last darn nerve. But we all love our babies. We all love our babies. Sometimes you're wondering, really, again, with the baby doing this? Yes, sometimes they do it again and again and again. And you just want to pull your hair out. But, like I said, that's the life of a parent. We all love it. And even with our adult children, we're like, because my youngest one, she's going to be 20 on Thursday. Love you, sweetie. She's my baby, the last one. And my baby is having babies, I'm telling you. Her son is 14 months old, almost 15 months now. 14 and a half months. Something like that. Let's see. 14 and a half months. Almost 14 and a half months. So, yeah. Hard to believe. Kids are growing so fast. My oldest one is 36, and my youngest one is 20. And they all have kids of their own. I'm like, oh no. No. I got 10 grandbabies. 10. 5 babies of my own and 10 grandbabies. I love all my babies. Between my own babies and my grandbabies. Love them. Love. Yes, I do. All these dogs out there. Bark. There they go. Thank God my dogs are up inside the house. If I know my luck, as soon as I walk in, my Great Pyrenees mix will start barking at me. Yeah. Anyway, that's my baby for you. And he will. That's the thing about Great Pyrenees. Even the Great Pyrenees mix, it's life's like guardian dog, you know, and they become very protective of their territory and inside the house and outside the house, of the property itself. It's his territory, so he becomes very protective. Even when he hears the coyotes, like half a mile down the road, if he hears them out there yipping, he gets very protective. Very. So. And I'm going to leave my Cash App information in the description. So, donate please. Tip please. Every little amount helps. Had somebody donate $50 to me last month, and then I had somebody else earlier this month donate $30, and I want to say thank you to that person that donated $30 to my Cash App. I greatly appreciate that. That allows me to buy myself a cup of coffee when I'm out. You know, I can hit the coffee shop there at the mall. It can allow me to buy treats for my service dog. It can allow me to do little things around the house, you know, that I may need. So, alright, you beautiful people. And I love every single one of y'all. And I do greatly appreciate y'all watching my videos. Hit that like button, subscribe to my page, and hit that bell notification. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment. Tell me what y'all would do if your loved one, if you are a caregiver for your loved one, tell me down below. What do y'all do for yourselves so that way you don't get caregiver burnout? I've been on here for a good almost 18 minutes, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. My husband has his retired service dog in there. Yeah, she's retired, but I'm telling you, she will work for him. And I'm like, honey, you're supposed to be retired. What are you doing? She loves to work for him. But leave a comment down below. Tell me what you do for yourselves, for the caregivers. What do you do for yourselves so that way you're not having caregiver burnout? I told my husband, I don't care if it's just a walk around the block, 10, 15 minutes for myself. You know, I have somebody come over and watch him. Of course, I'm not going to leave him here inside the house by himself. Oh, no. But I make sure that I take time for myself each and every day. It could be like doing my makeup for myself. It could be anything for myself. As long as I'm doing something for myself every day and just not constantly for my husband. And don't get me wrong, he deserves it too. And he has got my undivided attention when I'm here with him. But in that, I gotta take some time for myself. That way I don't get burnout. And I always gotta have things for him too. Because his memory's not good. He saw a neuropsychologist a few years ago. And due to all his seizures and his strokes, his memory is gone. It's like the form of dementia that he has. You know, and that's tiring too. Not only due to stuff like that with his form of dementia, but with his seizures, his strokes, his heart problem, his liver problem now. I'm like, Calgon, take me away. And for the older people, you know what I'm talking about when I say Calgon, take me away. I deserve a vacation. I do. Donate people so I can take a vacation. I don't care if I just go to Austin for a few days. If I go to Austin, Texas for a few days, that would be great. A good hotel. I'm not staying at some ick hotel. Austin is only like a little over an hour from me. If I take I-35, if I stick to the back roads, it's going to be a little longer because the back roads are country roads, tractors, and you know, the whole 9 yards, especially for my people that lived country life. I did. I was raised country. I absolutely was. I was raised in a tin shack. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I was raised in a tin shack on a dirt road. The town didn't come in and pave that road until 76. Oh Lord, I'm getting old. 76, yeah. 1976. Sheesh, I'm old. They came in, they paved the road. 1976, the town did. And it's still town, even though we got more people living in. The tornado that we had in 73, 74, we had about 800 residents at that time, but when the tornado came through, it took out half the population. It did. It took out half the population, tore out the water tower and everything. It had to be 74. I don't know. I'll probably Google it later. Alright, you beautiful people. You beautiful, beautiful people. Y'all are just wonderful. Hit that like button, subscribe to my page, hit the bell notification, leave a comment down below. Remember, my Cash App information is going to be in the description bar. So that way, if anybody wants to donate, anybody wants to tip, please do. Please do. Alright, you beautiful people. Y'all come back now, you hear.